This tree grows in your backyard for free. It purifies dirty water better than a $500 filter. It contains 7 times more vitamin C than oranges, 4 times more calcium than milk, and a complete protein profile almost unheard of in the plant world. It has been used in Ayurvedic medicine for over 4,000 years to prevent and treat more than 300 diseases. Scientists call it the miracle tree. And despite the fact that billions of people across Asia, Africa, and South America live within walking distance of it, your grocery store does not carry it. Your doctor does not prescribe it. Your multivitamin does not contain it. There is a reason for that. It has nothing to do with science and everything to do with money. This is Moringa, the tree they buried because it grows too well. Welcome to USA Grows. The archive opens in the foothills of the Himalayas, northern India, approximately 2000 BCE. Ancient Sanskrit texts describe a tree called shigru, whose leaves, pods, seeds, and roots could prevent hundreds of diseases. Ayurvedic physicians prescribed it for everything from skin infections to digestive disorders to joint pain. They called it a gift from the gods. By 1000 BCE, Moringa cultivation had spread across the Indian subcontinent. Traders carried seeds to Egypt, then to East Africa, then to the Arabian Peninsula. Every culture that encountered it recognized its value. The Romans used it. The Greeks documented it. In the 19th century, British colonial botanists sent Moringa specimens back to London and wrote in awe of a tree that could feed, heal, and purify water. Then, sometime in the 20th century, the Western world forgot it. Not because it stopped working, because it could not be commodified. Now let us talk about what is inside those delicate green leaves, because this is where the suppression becomes criminal. Moringa leaves contain 7 times more vitamin C than oranges, 4 times more calcium than milk, 4 times more vitamin A than carrots, 3 times more potassium than bananas. And here is the part that shocks nutritionists. Moringa is a complete protein. It contains all 9 essential amino acids that your body cannot produce on its own. That is almost unheard of in the plant kingdom. Soybeans have complete protein. Quinoa has complete protein. And now Moringa joins that elite list. A handful of fresh Moringa leaves provides more iron than spinach, more magnesium than almonds, and more fiber than oats. This is not a supplement. This is a multivitamin growing on a tree. But the leaves are only the beginning. Every part of the Moringa tree has value. The pods, called drumsticks, are eaten like green beans. The flowers are brewed into tea. The roots are ground into a horseradish-like condiment. And the seeds? The seeds are where this story takes a turn that will make you question everything you have been told about clean water. Here is what they did not tell you. Moringa seeds contain a protein called MOCP, Moringa oleifera cationic protein. When you crush the seeds and add them to dirty water, that protein acts as a coagulant. It binds to bacteria, dirt, heavy metals, and even microplastics. The clumps then sink to the bottom, leaving clear, clean water behind. Peer-reviewed studies have confirmed the numbers. At a dose of 20 grams of crushed seeds per liter of water, researchers achieved a 99% reduction in total germs, a 96% reduction in total coliforms, and a 98% reduction in fecal coliforms. E. coli and streptococcus were completely eliminated. No chemicals, no electricity, no filter cartridges, no plastic waste. Just a seed that your ancestors knew about, and modern science just confirmed. In fact, a brand new study published in 2026 found that Moringa seed extract performs identically to aluminum sulfate, the chemical used in municipal water treatment plants, while also removing microplastics. A tree that grows in your backyard does what a $500 water filter does for free. So here is the question nobody in the agricultural or pharmaceutical industries wants to answer. If moringa is this nutritious, this medicinal, and this useful, why have you never heard of it? The answer is simple, brutal, and reveals everything. Moringa leaves are extremely fragile. They wilt within hours of harvest. They cannot be shipped across oceans. They cannot sit on supermarket shelves for weeks. The big food industry looked at this miracle tree and saw a logistical nightmare. You cannot make money selling something that spoils before it reaches a distribution center. So they ignored it. They buried it. They made sure that the only moringa products you could find were overpriced powders in health food stores, marketed to the already converted. Meanwhile, the pharmaceutical industry faced a different problem. Moringa treats high blood pressure. It lowers blood sugar. It reduces inflammation. It protects the liver. A 2020 review of 7 human studies and 23 animal studies confirmed that moringa significantly reduces blood sugar levels in diabetics. Pharmacological studies have identified over 100 active compounds in the tree, including alkaloids, flavonoids, and terpenes, with proven anti-cancer, anti-hypertensive, and hepatoprotective properties. A tree that does all of this cannot be patented, cannot be owned, cannot generate recurring revenue from refills and prescriptions. So it was erased from the mainstream medical conversation. Let me walk you through the specific proven benefits, because this is the part that should make you angry. Moringa contains a compound called moringa isothiocyanate 1, or MIC1. Laboratory studies have shown that it inhibits the growth and proliferation of cancer cells. It has demonstrated anti-inflammatory effects comparable to standard drugs, without the gastric side effects. Aqueous extracts from the roots have shown significant anti-ulcer and anti-tumor activity. The leaves contain quercetin, caempferol, and chlorogenic acid, the same plant compounds found in green tea and coffee that protect against chronic disease. Every part of the tree has been studied, every part has been validated, and every part grows for free. Now let me tell you how to grow your own, because this is knowledge you can use tomorrow. Moringa thrives in tropical and subtropical climates, but it can be grown as an annual in colder regions. The optimal temperature for germination is 30 degrees Celsius during the day and 20 degrees at night. It prefers sandy, well-drained loam. It is susceptible to waterlogged roots, so plant it on a slope or in a raised bed. Here is the astonishing part. Moringa grows up to 15 feet in a single season. 15 feet. From seed to small tree in one summer. It survives extreme drought because its deep taproot finds underground water that other plants cannot reach. And when winter comes, you can use the coppicing trick. Cut the main trunk down to about 3 feet high. The tree will survive and send out bushy new growth in spring. Cutting it short will not kill it. One planting, years of harvests. Harvest the leaves early in the morning for the highest nutrient content. Choose young, tender leaves. Avoid any that are yellow, wilted, or show signs of insects. Wash them thoroughly under cool running water to remove dust and dirt. Then spread them on a clean cloth or tray in a shaded, well-ventilated area. Here is a critical warning. Do not dry moringa leaves in direct sunlight. Sunlight degrades the delicate vitamins and enzymes. Shade drying takes 2 to 3 days, depending on humidity. Stir the leaves occasionally so they dry evenly. Once the leaves are completely crisp, grind them into a fine powder using a blender or spice grinder. Sift through a fine mesh to remove any stems. Store the powder in an airtight container in a cool, dark place. Properly stored, Moringa powder lasts up to 24 months. And here is another critical warning. Never boil Moringa leaves. Heat destroys the delicate enzymes and vitamins that make this tree powerful. Instead, add the powder or fresh leaves to smoothies, soups after cooking, teas, or simply stir into a glass of water. Add 1 teaspoon of powder to your morning smoothie. Sprinkle it on eggs or roasted vegetables. Mix it into sauces or salad dressings. Use it as a natural multivitamin supplement. In developing nations, extracts from the leaves are used to treat malnutrition and augment breast milk in lactating mothers. It is that nutritious. Now, let us calculate the economics. A single moringa tree produces enough leaves to make 2 to 3 pounds of powder per year. At retail prices for organic moringa powder, which range from $15 to $30 per pound, one tree generates $45 to $90 of annual value. But that is just the leaves. The seeds purify water. The pods are food. The flowers are tea. The total value of a single tree, if you were to buy equivalent products on the open market, exceeds $200 per year. And the tree costs nothing. You plant a seed. You water it for the first few weeks. Then you walk away. It feeds you. It heals you. It cleans your water. For decades. Here is what the industrial food and pharmaceutical systems do not want you to know. The only reason moringa is not in every grocery store, every medicine cabinet, and every emergency preparedness kit in America is because it cannot be controlled. You cannot patent a tree. You cannot build a recurring revenue model around a plant that grows 15 feet in one season from a seed you saved from last year. You cannot sell water filters to someone who crushes a seed. You cannot sell multivitamins to someone who grows their own. Moringa represents everything the profit-driven systems fear. Abundance without ownership. Medicine without prescription. Food without purchase. The tree never left. It has been growing in the tropics and subtropics for thousands of years, waiting to be remembered. And now, with climate change threatening global food supplies and microplastics contaminating every water source on Earth, the miracle tree is finally getting the attention it deserves. But you do not have to wait for permission. You do not need a corporation to approve your garden. You need seed. You need dirt. You need water. And in one season, you will have a tree that does what no single plant on Earth can do. This tree grows for free in your backyard, purifies your water, feeds your family, and fights disease. And the only reason you did not know about it is because nobody can make money selling something you can grow yourself. If this story opened something for you, subscribe to USA Grows and hit the bell. Every like and every share helps preserve this wisdom. The next story opens soon.